Top of the night, people. We gonna discuss a few things. You see me, war gear. See them waterproof new buck suede Gore-Tex boots, right? Waterproof ski coat, insulated Gore-Tex material. See the book bag. Durability. Everything green, we camouflaged up. But that's another story. We'll talk about that later. The movie Red Dawn is a warning, though. But let's get into it. What ethnicity is the Balkans? Balkans. So if you're not familiar with the Balkans, the Balkan Empire, we're going to get into what ethnicities is Balkan. A list of Balkan people today would include Greeks, Albanians, Macedonians, Bulgarians, Romanians, Serbs, Montenegrins, Bosnians, and certain Muslim ethnicities. With ethnicities are Slavic. The Orthodox Slavs, which is short for Slavic people, include the Belarusians, the Bulgarians, the Macedonians, the Montenegrins, the Russians, the Serbs, and the Ukrainians. The population of Russia is 134 million. The population of Ukraine is 59 million. Right? Russians and Ukrainians are Slavic. Their family, their bloodline, their lineage, right? It's the same as China. Within China, you have different ethnicities: Fujianese, Cantonese, Mandarin. You know, there's thousands of dialects, but only 4 is major languages and dialect now, right? So I say this to say what? That's like if me and my family member, me and my third cousin or my distant cousin is having a fight, and an outsider interferes in the fight, right? Usually the rule in my Pacific family, we'll team up and beat the outsider up and then get back to our little dispute, right? Or on another hand, you will have something like this. You know, I have a person who's my distant cousin and they doing business with my enemy, and then I go to fight my cousin and my enemy helps my cousin fight me. So this is the situation with Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine was once a part of the USSR, like I said before. And we know America had paid Afghanistan money, bin Laden, the so-called quote-unquote Al-Qaeda and everything, and Taliban to fight against Russia, the USSR. And that's how the USSR broke up and became many countries. Russia wants to reform the USSR. America has business dealings with Ukraine. So they don't, so they intervening and helping Ukraine potentially overcome this invasion from Russia. But really, Ukraine is Russia's cousins or peoples, and Russia is the big bro, the goon of the family, the black cat, and they feel like, yo, nigga, you need to get back under the wing. And America is minding Russia's business, right? America likes to conquer and bully countries throughout my whole life, right? And nobody really intervenes. You know what I'm saying? Russia bullied the whole Middle East. America bullied the whole Middle East. America did a bunch of evil things to Africa and black people and stuff like that. And not once has Russia intervened. But the minute Russia want to do something to their own people, somebody with the same bloodline or ethnicity as them, America wants to intervene. Nosy people who never mind their business and always into something, eventually they'll crumble. Because if a bully bullies 50 people, If all 50 people get together, they could beat the bully, right? That's one. Two, America's been bombing Somalia in the name of helping Somalia against the Shabab, which is Muslim terrorists. Somalia is a Muslim country. If two groups of Muslims is fighting each other, that has nothing to do with the colonizers. It's Islamic business. It's Muslims' business. Why is Christians minding Muslims' business? Because America's quote unquote the mighty Christian country. Why are y'all minding Muslim business? We know America really don't care about Muslims. The news bash Muslims all day. Oh, they terrorists, they insurgents, they're suicide bombers, they this and that. So now out the blue, you have empathy for Somalian citizens and you want to help them against the Shababs, which is supposed to be a terrorist group that's affiliated with Al-Qaeda. But didn't Somalia, under the warlord El Adid, beat American soldiers in the Black Hawk Down fight? So there's a lot of global domination going on, people. There's a lot of funny stuff going on, and really these people is they're sugarcoating or they're smoke screening their true intentions. But it's really all global domination, and everybody's all the bigger, stronger countries is trying to swallow the littler, weaker countries, right? I don't know if you ever seen the movie Red Dawn, but America never had a war on their soil from outside invasion. We had the revolution in North against the South. Japan tried to come over here with the Pearl Harbor when they bombed the boats, but then America sent the nukes, right? So we know America don't play fair, because I don't think they would have been able to beat Japan if it was just a regular war. So America sent the nukes over there, right? And this is the same thing with like right now. America said, oh, us and all of our allies is going to move on Russia. So this is not a one-on-one. It ain't America against Russia. America want to jump Russia. Oh, yeah, it's all our allies. So that means France, the whole G7, the whole NATO, and a bunch of other stuff. And America hides behind NATO. That's like their big doges. And it's corny, because if you got a beef with Russia, just let it be one-on-one. But I'm going to tell you this. Russia's not suckers. And Russia got a history of having a lot of victories. And Russia defeated, when Russia was under the president Joseph Stalin, they defeated Hitler and the Nazis. They defeated Hitler and the Nazis, Russia. It wasn't America. Hitler had two allies. He had Mussolini and he had the Japanese. The Japanese came towards America. America cleaned them. Mussolini went to Africa, and that's when he blew the nose off the Sphinx and other Egyptian monuments and stuff that, depicted our blackness and our greatness. Not Arabism, blackness and greatness, original people. But Mussolini blew the nose off the Sphinx and stuff like that. And then the Ethiopians, I forgot what empire, but the Ethiopian Empire defeated Mussolini and the Italians. And Hitler went north, because, Germany is Central Europe. He went north towards Russia. And the home court advantage that helped Russia was the cold is tremendous. When you go up there towards Siberia and the Balkan Mountains and the Himalaya Mountains, and when you start going up to that part of Russia, it gets demonic. And Russia's the largest country in the world, landmass, not population. 80% of Russia is really in Asia. You know what I'm saying? A large amount of Russia goes over Mongolia. And then you have the Tatar people. The Tatar people are, they have Turkish and Mongolian bloodline, but they're like right under Russia, the Tatar people. They're an ethnicity, but they're not a black ethnicity, if that makes sense to y'all. But, we're underestimating Russia. Alaska connects to Russia. A certain part of Alaska connects up to Russia's territory, right? And Russia has nukes. They have submarines and everything also. I think we're going to have an invasion. I think they're going to come over here. And we know China is their partner, Iran and Cuba, and maybe North Korea. But I think they're going to come over here. We're going to play with them, and Russia's really going to let it go. They're going to put in super pain, and they're going to come over here. Do I wish bad on American citizens? No. But our government oppress and bully us also. So I don't have love for my oppressor. So if Russia and America fight, I hope they all kill each other. This is a prime example of white on white crime. They always say black on black crime. Oh, blacks always kill each other, gangs. And then you have docile-minded black people who's colonized and brainwashed that always say, oh yeah, blacks always kill each other. We the only ones that never stick together. Well, what do you think? Who you think enslaved the Irish and the Scottish? And it was white people. It was Britain. It was UK. It was United Kingdom. Who you think the Roman Empire conquered? All of Europe. Vlad the Impaler's Romanian. The Romanians went to war with Turkey, with the Turkish Empire. That's all European. Vlad the Impaler, Romania was a very small country. And they kind of put in a lot of pain against Turk. The Turkish Empire really couldn't do nothing with them. Vlad the Impaler was like a genius, and he drunk people's blood. The plasma, he needed the plasma from the blood to help the sores and stuff that he had within him. He had like a physical ailment, a condition, a sickness. But we never had an invasion. We always usually go to other countries, bomb it up, tear it up, soldiers, infantry, and stuff like that. But we never really have an invasion over here. And the day we get that, a lot of Americans is gonna be sad. They're gonna be miserable. They're gonna fall victim. They ain't ready for that type of time. And then there's gonna be some people that is ready for that type of time. Let me say this last thing before ending this 15-minute segment off. When you think of Russia, you think of one group of people, which is the Russians. When you think America, you don't think of one group of people, which is the colonizers. Because what the American army consists of is Puerto Ricans, blacks, Mexicans, and a billion ethnicities that fall under the banner of this country. So it's a bunch of ethnicities going over there to fight a war that Biden started, which is a colonizer that don't even like Mexicans, blacks, or ethnicities anyway. So we all, not me and you per se, but we all putting our life on the line for these colonizers and rich oppressors in this country who kill us and harm us every day. Black market, organ trafficking, medical crimes, whatever, GMO food. Bill Gates owned 90% of the crops or the land in America and stuff. But it's us fighting the Russians. The people fighting in Russia is Russian. Russia has 70,000 blacks in Russia. They mostly came from Africa. It's about like 70,000 blacks that does live in Russia. And most of them there's medical students. They're some is crime lords and like underground crime lords and stuff like that. But Russia only have a population of 70,000 blacks. And I doubt if any of them, and they come by way of Africa, and I doubt if any of them is in the Russian army. And if they are, they probably expendable doges. But in America, it ain't like Russia is going to war with the American people, which is quote unquote the white people, the face of America. No, it's going to be a bunch of docile black soldiers, Puerto Rican, Latino soldiers, and people of different different ethnicities. I was like, oh, we're going to fight for our country, land of the free, home of the brave. And they're going to go over there and get massacred. Same thing that happened in Vietnam. That's why Muhammad Ali, like, I'm not going over there to fight because the Vietnamese man didn't do nothing to us. Let me know if y'all interested in part 2 and if y'all understood this point. If y'all did, I'll get back to it tomorrow, man. The gods don't mingle with the mortals. Kings don't eat with the peasants. The only time wise men hang around fools is when they educate them or enslaving them. Stay up like a cup, I holler back on my collar crack. We get up like sit-ups. I'm oxygen. I got to make a move that make a difference. Train hard, fight easy. Those who sweat a lot during peace bleed less during war. Uno. Iron.